are descending for landing.
It looked like our top pole was gonna hit that bridge. I was scared for a second.
No refrigerator.
No fridge.
We were expecting a refrigerator.
What?
Margaritaville at Sea Islander. That is so much to say.
It's Embarkation Day, and I'm ready to party.
You ain't seen nothing yet. We're a family of 4 that live for vacations, usually involving all-inclusive resorts or hopping on whatever cruise ship will have us. We meticulously document the entire ordeal, giving you our painfully honest opinions on everything. And yeah, sometimes we probably tell you a little more than you ever wanted to know, but that's just how we roll. For this new series, we managed to drag our oldest, Cora, right from her freshman college dorm onto a cruise ship with us. Margaritaville at Sea Islander. It's a 5-day journey, and this first video is all about our embarkation day. Just so we're clear from the start, this isn't your grandma's cruise video. If you're looking for a perfectly sanitized travel vlog, you've clicked on the wrong channel. Because this is Famable. Today we're getting ready to set sail on a 5-day cruise out of Tampa, Florida. We're here in Tampa right now at an Airbnb. Stayed the night here last night. Not too far from the port. We're gonna hop in an Uber, head to the port, and get on this ship, which I'm trying not to disclose right now because Cora doesn't know what ship it is or where we're going. We're about to tell her the news. Left the little guy at home with a family member. He'll be well taken care of this week while we hit up our next adventure. We just recently did a cruise with Adric on the Carnival Jubilee. If you haven't seen that series, check that out. And now we're doing one with Cora. She's in college, and we get to spend some quality time with her for the next 5-6 days. So it's gonna be nice. Just my little girl's all grown up. And she still likes to hang out with her parents. I can't believe it. What's she want to hang out with her old man?
It is almost 2:30 in the morning. Turn the light off, go to sleep.
So let's see what Cora knows about this cruise up to this point. What do you know about this vacation so far?
I know that we are going on a cruise that leaves out of Tampa until Sunday.
Here's our 5-day cruise itinerary. Day 1, Tampa, Florida. Day 2, Key West, Florida. Day 3 is a sea day. Day 4, Progreso, Mexico. And day 5, another sea day. And that's it. I'm expecting this cruise to be a pretty relaxed, chill cruise.
So yesterday we woke up real early, went on an airplane, flew into Tampa. It was a pretty short flight. We arrived like 10 minutes early. It was like a 17-minute drive to Ybor City, which is where our Airbnb is. So then we got here, and the place is really cute. It's like a 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom. Then we got some really good Greek food and came back here, watched a movie. I fell asleep, and then I'm about to find out where we're going.
We gotta check out here in 15 minutes.
It was a bit of a secret, not because we were trying to really keep it too much of a secret. She wanted it to be a secret. She didn't want to know about it. Our Uber driver on the way here gave it away for us.
We're in the Uber on our way to the port, and I still don't know where we're going yet. I don't know anything about the cruise. I just know that we're going on a cruise. And our Uber driver, she's like, "Oh, are you guys going on the Margaritaville at Sea Islander?" And my parents are like, "Yeah, we are." And she's like, "Oh, that's so fun. Doesn't it go to the Keys in Mexico?" And I'm looking at my parents and I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, it does." So that's how I found out about our cruise.
This was our first time cruising out of Tampa Port. We were slated to check in around 1:30, but we got there at the port and we're told that we could just go ahead and get checked in and go right on the ship. And that's what we did. They give you your ship card, tie everything to your ship card at the check-in process here on the ship.
Got to the guy, and he was taking pictures of us, and he mixed up James and Cora. Yeah. James's picture was on Cora's card. Cora's picture was on James's card, which we found out once we got on the ship. But we got that switched at guest services, which was super simple.
I think it only took like an hour total for us to get through everything and get on the ship.
Once we got onto the ship, they welcome you with smiley faces on deck 2 at the flip-flop bar. So it's a super cute little area.
We made it.
If you walk straight through the little open area beside the flip-flop bar, you will be over at the guest services. When we got there was like a couple people standing in front of us, but there was a guy off to the side helping people out as they went, so it made the line go really fast. So kudos to them for that.
We got our ship card situation squared away very quickly there at guest services. For those new to cruising, your ship card's really important. You use it as your room key for all your purchases on the ship and as part of your identification when you leave and return to the ship on port days. Now here's a little information about the ship we'd be on for the next 5 days. Margaritaville at Sea is a brand, and they currently have 2 ships, the Islander and the Paradise, with a larger ship expected to launch sometime in late 2026 or early 2027. Out of the 2 currently sailing, the Islander is larger and overall seems to have much better reviews than the Paradise. The Islander is a Spirit-class cruise ship that used to be owned by Carnival Corporation. If you're into cruise history, this ship specifically started its life as the Costa Atlantica. It was built way back in 2000 and was part of Costa Cruises, which, just like Carnival Cruise Line, is also owned by the big Carnival Corporation. Margaritaville at Sea picked it up in 2019, gave it a massive makeover, and then relaunched it as the Islander in 2024. Basically, this cruise ship went from Italian style to tropical chill vibes. At least that's what I read on Wikipedia. It's got some decent reviews, so I think we're ready to get this party started, right? Ready to get this party started.
So we got on the ship, walked around the ship.
I don't think it's a hard ship to get used to. You just have to remember deck 2 is the main atrium, and then there's also some dining halls on 2 and 3, the Fins and the Islander, and then the rest of the food options that are included are up on deck 9. So it's really not hard to figure it out. It's a smaller ship.
Day 1, go get yourself something to eat or drink, make yourself feel a little comfortable, and then just kind of walk around the ship a little bit and get to know it. That way you don't have to spend as much time later on trying to figure out where you're at. You don't want to leave the cruise on the last day and discover that one place that would have been really cool. The last day you find this one little spot where you're like, oh man, I wish I would have known about this earlier in my cruise. I don't know how many times that's happened to us. But yeah, as we're walking around the ship, I'm like, I think we're really gonna enjoy this ship. There's a lot of little places here and there.
There's bars walking through everywhere, and there's a nightclub. It's called the Hot Nightclub. There's like seats everywhere, cute areas that are nice and comfortable. The kids zone. Ooh.
Don't discredit these smaller, older ships. The ship is older, when it was built originally, but it's had a major refurbishment. It's completely Margaritaville out, right? It's completely Jimmy Buffetted out. How do you say that? How would you say that?
So my dad asked me who Jimmy Buffett was on the way here because I didn't know anything about this cruise yet. I don't really know anything about Jimmy Buffett besides the fact that he's a singer and he died in 2023. But this whole entire ship is all based off of Jimmy Buffett. So like I know it as the Lido deck. It's the 5 o'clock somewhere deck. And everywhere around it says it's 5 o'clock somewhere. All the restaurants and stuff are named after something related to Jimmy Buffett. I think they're his songs. Yeah.
Cora decided she was hungry again, so we went on a search for some lunch. We walked up to the buffet and Cora's like, I want a burger. So we went to Cheeseburger in Paradise and got ourselves a burger.
Kind of like Guy's Burger on Carnival. That's pretty much it. Just a little burger place. You get burgers and fries.
There's a bunch of different stuff that you can put, or that they put on it for you too when you're ordering it.
You can have them top it however you want.
The line moves super quick. The french fries have this really delicious seasoning on it.
And then you go to a little salad bar area where they have a bunch of extra toppings. If you've ever had Guy's Burgers on a Carnival ship, I felt like the burgers were just as good. Very comparable.
I thought they were really good.
It was really good. I really enjoyed that burger. That won't be the last one that I eat this week. But I also saw that there's a Mexican cantina over there. There's an ice cream bar that's back there.
You don't have to pay any extra for those.
And the staff was making the ice cream cones, so I don't know if that's normal or if it was just because it was Embarkation Day and everybody's super excited and likely probably get ice cream absolutely everywhere. We ended up back at the adult-only tiki bar area. It's an adult-only pool, lots of seating. It's a little loud back there. I felt like I like some of the adult only areas that are real quiet, but I've been told that there's areas on the ship like that too, so we'll have to find those. We found some seats, ended up getting a bucket of beer.
If you don't have the drink package, you can get buckets of beer.
That's 5 beers.
If you know you're going to be drinking some beers, your bartender's probably going to recommend you buy a bucket of beer because you're going to get a discount. Now about the drinks, specifically the alcohol drink package, since Margaritaville at Sea has all sorts of options. We skipped it this cruise, but here's what individual drinks cost us. Beers were around $8.50 to $9.50, cocktails $12 to $15, and wine by the glass started around $10. Plus, there's that automatic 20% gratuity on top of everything, including your drink package. Our game plan is simple. We budget for the package, then we just buy what we want on board. See, when we bought drink packages in the past, we often found ourselves over drinking, just trying to hit that value. And just so you know, they typically cap you at 15 alcoholic drinks per day, which has never been a problem for us. And since we're mostly beer drinkers, we're pretty cheap. If you think $10 a beer is cheap. But if you're into fancy cocktails, individual tabs add up fast. Remember, the package also covers bottled water, juices, sodas, and much more, which individually can be over $3 each. Also, unlike other cruise lines, you can't carry on any beverages. Factor in your time off the ship, too. You're not using your package in port, and drinks are usually cheaper. So consider what you like to drink, how much, and how long you're actually on the ship. For deals without the package, look for buckets of beer or the casino happy hour. More on that later. Prices can change, so for official details, check the Margaritaville at Sea Islander webpage, or for real-time tips from other cruisers, try an Islander Facebook group.
We walked around a little bit. We found a little putt-putt court in the front of the ship. So there's like putt-putt over there. There's cornhole, like a cornhole track thing that looked pretty fun. And then there's also a pickleball court over there. And it looks like they provide you with some of your own pickleball paddles and probably a ball. But I'm really excited to try that.
At this time, we saw a bunch of people go into their rooms, so we got up and we decided to go to our room.
So we went back to our room, did our little room tour.
We have an interior room here on the Margaritaville at Sea Islander. This is room 1202. You walk in, to your right is your
Closet. I do wish in our particular room, this could be a room-to-room difference, but I wish we had more shelves.
So this first little area here, this is just the additional stuff to fold on the beds. Here's another one. And another one. Lots of shelves, but that's where your life jackets are too, so that takes up a lot of room. And then your full-length mirror. The one thing that I do note in these is there's not very many shelves, and you have 8 hangers. This is the bathroom. It is
The bathroom, not super small, been in smaller.
a curtain shower.
Shower, okay size. It's got the curtain in there.
There's like a little thing here, but there's nothing to put stuff on the wall. There is your drying hook thing. Nice little shelving unit in here. There is an outlet up on the top right. There's one. There's supposed to be tissues in here. We don't have tissues and a trash bin. It'll get the job done. Nice big bottles of shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. But normally they're on the walls. The colors are very vivid in these rooms. Nice little hanging hooks here. And then this is the main portion of the room. Nice big mirror here with the backlighting. You can change the backlighting here. And then there's a European and then the regular, whatever this is called. There's your blow dryer. We'll see how that works. Already plugged in, so it can't leave this area. And then a nice little drawer here and a nice little seat. Trash cans down there. And then this room is set up for 2 people for now, but they'll have to pull down the ceiling bed. And there's a little seating area here. Ice bucket, 2 glasses, extra bottled waters that are $4.95 a piece. And this is where one would think that the refrigerator would go. However, there's no refrigerator.
No refrigerator.
No fridge.
We were expecting a refrigerator.
What?
And also, if you noticed on this room tour, there's no safe.
No refrigerator, no safe.
That's weird.
Not that it's wrong, it's just different. There's a vent little area for a fridge, so I don't know if you have to request a fridge. I don't know. So this is the bed that is set up for 2 people. There's 2 beds up top that they'll pull one down for Cora. Dad will be sleeping right here. There's 2 big lamps over here, one on each side of the bed. There's USB ports on each of them. And then there's the C one and then a regular USB. Yeah. And then this So the muster drill, we have to go down between 3:30 and 4 o'clock to our muster station that is on our room key and is also on the back of our door. Tells us exactly where to go. And then the safety briefing that we do is right here on this TV. We've now heard it at least 5 times, but it tells you everything to do in case of certain emergencies. There is also your daily on paper events that are available. And then here is your QR code that you can scan. You do not have to have Wi-Fi to access this. This is the paper version that will be put every day in your rooms with the schedule for the day. And then your QR code is here as well as it is on there. The one thing that I can't say is this cruise line does not have an app. They will be having one soon, according to the person I talked to on the phone. That's the up and coming things that they're going to be working on. So as of right now, we'll have to go old school style. Meet me here at this time. Yeah, paper notes, all that kind of stuff.
I kind of just going into this ship blindly and just want to be surprised along the way. And so far, impressed with this ship. There's a little quirks with the room, but the room itself seems spacious enough.
It's a nice room.
A little less crammed than some of the newer interior rooms that we've been in.
For the price we paid, I wasn't expecting it to be as decent as it has been, but we'll see. See how it goes. This is just day one, the beginning.
When I booked this, I booked just an interior room, but I would have never booked a room that didn't have a fridge, ever.
The refrigerator's kind of a bummer because I like to have cold waters in my room. We do have an ice bucket. We're just gonna have to have our dude keep filling our ice bucket, I guess. The safe, whatever. I normally don't use the safe a whole lot anyway. So I'm not really too worried about it.
We were almost out of toilet paper, so we called the room store and he came.
We asked the room attendant about that.
I think his name was Felipe. You think his name was Felipe? We're just gonna call him Little Felipe.
And I asked him about the fridge. James said I was being a Karen. I didn't mean to be a Karen.
Just kind of mean to him.
But it doesn't make any sense to me why we wouldn't have a fridge.
And he said that the refrigerator's removed weeks ago.
Because of
Something about
fridge poison. I'm confused.
Poison, dude.
It was hard to make what he meant by that, but
He said, "Oh, you don't wanna smell the fridge poison or something along those lines."
poisonous refrigerators.
Okay.
Take it how it is. I don't know. That's all I know.
So the no fridge thing is a recent thing. So I'm gonna meet some friends in the hallway today, and I'm gonna ask them if they have fridges.
If you've been following this channel at all, you know we're pretty easygoing. So I think we're gonna be just fine. But we gotta point out the good and the bad. That's what we're gonna do.
Okay, so here's a little something we ran into. The mini fridge dilemma. It's not that big of a deal that we didn't have one, but it definitely caught us off guard. We just sort of assumed we'd have one, because honestly, we've never been on a cruise ship without some kind of cooler or mini fridge in the room. And there was even a perfect little spot for it, like it was just waiting for its moment. We'd heard of some rooms on other ships not providing them, but we'd never actually experienced it ourselves. The real kicker? Apparently these rooms did have mini fridges just weeks before we'd sailed. When we actually booked this trip.
My sister-in-law and in-laws just took this cruise last month, and she had an interior room as well, and she had a safe, and she had a fridge. So I'm not sure why we don't have one.
So yeah, no way for us to know that they'd suddenly vanish. Again, not a huge crisis, especially since this cruise was super affordable, but it might be a thing for certain rooms on the Islander. So here's a tip. If a mini fridge or a safe is a must-have for you, double check that amenities list before you book. You don't want to be caught off guard like we were, staring at an empty cabinet where your cold beer should be.
Kind of got our stuff around. Our luggage eventually did come, and we, what do we do next?
So then we did the muster drill.
Everybody goes to deck 3, and you look for your alphabetical letter that you're supposed to go to, which is on your room card and on the back of the door.
Pretty much everybody on the ship goes down at the same time.
So we were B. We went down to the 3rd floor, went to muster station B.
They have everybody line up shoulder to shoulder, side by side, in rows.
They went over the safety information on what to do if things were to happen.
Whole process took, maybe 20 minutes, Brandon? They shut down all the bars and everything at that time, all the services.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but as soon as it was done, the bars were open again. That was nice.
They were pretty quick to open everything right back up.
They never scanned our cards or anything like that, so I'm not really sure how they know everybody goes to it, but now I know. If we're going under, I know where to go. We have life jackets in our room. They were on the shelves in our room. We put them under our bed because there's only one cabinet of like actual shelves.
I'm just happy to be cruising, you know? Just happy to be cruising.
So it was the sail away party. The pre-party began at 4:30, and then sail away I think was at like 5. They had like a sail away band. They did a pretty good job. And then they had like a sail away party.
So I went to the Land Shark bar and I was just trying to get a beer. It was taking forever. I could walk to another bar and get a drink before I'll get served here. I went upstairs to the little Land Shark lookout where Brandy and Cora were. This guy was running drinks and he was bringing drinks from the Land Shark bar. Ordered a drink and got one right away up there. Kind of funny because they were coming from the same bar. Like, oh, so that's what you gotta do to get a drink from this bar. You'll have that every now and then. No complaints, really, though. We've been able to step up and get a drink pretty quickly for the most part. I expect Embarkation Day to be a little bit slower than most days anyway.
We sat out at the Land Shark lookout, sat up there for a while, and just hung out.
It's nice up there at that little Land Shark lookout. They had like a little bar where you could sit your drinks. There's no bar up there. The bar is down one deck below, but it's pretty cool.
Found some ice cream. We got chocolate vanilla twist. It's really good. And they do it for you.
So we went under the Sky Bridge.
And at first it looked like it was not gonna clear. It looked like our top pole was gonna hit that bridge.
I didn't think it was that dramatic.
I was scared for a second. I know, I knew we were going to, but it didn't look like we were going to. But it ended up clearing with like a good amount of space. And then...
Dramatic.
We got...
So dramatic.
Spray that in my mouth.
And then it was time to go get ready for food.
We went back to the room.
We've come back in. They've clearly been in our room again. They put my bed down. They didn't put a safe or fridge in our room, so we're still safeless and fridgeless.
It's Embarkation Day, and I'm ready to party. I think that I'm gonna end up at the bar, the Hot Club.
I normally am not a big main dining person, and I tried to skip this one. Randy said no.
Truth.
Because, we were a little buzzed, kind of tired, We start hitting it a little hard because we're excited about vacation, and then we start getting tired real early on the first day.
We went to Finn's,
which is the main dining room.
And we got there, and we were told earlier in the day that you do not make reservations for a party of 3. For bigger parties, yes, but not for the smaller parties.
There are no scheduled times. You don't sign up for a dining time or anything. They'll tell you if they have a table available for you at that time. If not, they give you a buzzer. That buzzer will reach anywhere on the ship.
So we can go wherever we want. So we went for a walk.
We were gonna go check out something on the ship, and then we only made it like halfway through our walk, and our buzzer started going off.
We got buzzed within like 15 minutes.
The buzzer went off and we had to go back down. So we went down and we had dinner.
A 3-course meal. They had some extra items on the menu that you could pay extra for if you wanted to. You could get that. You could order drinks, whatever you needed, you could get there. The main dining.
The appetizers were really good.
Oh, yeah.
My salad was really hit the spot. And then the dinner I got the fish. It was pretty good.
Pork tenderloin.
But yeah, I felt like the food was average main dining room experience for today and cruising.
I got the chicken, and that was really, really good. The sauce that they put on it, it was like a sweet, almost kind of like buttery garlic sauce. It was so good. And then the potatoes were really good. I also got the Caesar salad and the baked potato soup for my appetizer. And the baked potato soup was probably my favorite part of that meal. It was so good. Yeah, we were gonna skip dessert because I did not feel good and I didn't really want dessert. And then she was like, no, stay, like it's ready. They're coming out with it. So we stayed and got some dessert, and I'm glad we stayed now because it was really good.
I got like a cappuccino dessert.
I got like it was called Pina Colada Lush, and it was like a little mini like pound cake, and then in the center it had pina colada filling, which was really good.
The service was great. The servers were very nice.
I don't have anything bad to say about it.
I enjoyed it.
We're in and out pretty fast.
I think we were in the dining hall for a little over an hour, which I feel like is pretty good for an appetizer, an entree, and dessert.
The ship was starting to move a little bit. Brandy was starting to feel a little woozy. Cora was starting to feel a little woozy too.
Cora started feeling a little bit seasick.
Yeah, I started not feeling well.
It's been a while since she's been on a cruise, and this cruise is the first time in a while that I've noticed the rocking of the ship.
Had a little bit more movement on this cruise so far than usual.
There were high winds, so it was a little choppy.
Ended up going back to the room.
Cora went to bed early.
James and I went out to some entertainment. There was live entertainment everywhere.
We were getting tired, but we decided we got to check out some of the entertainment. You know, it's the first day. We only got 5 nights on this cruise. We went to the theater and watched some of the entertainment for the night. They had some kind of dancer thing going on. We kind of caught the end of it, followed up by a comedian.
We went to the sports bar, got a drink there. There was live entertainment there, and then kind of walked around to different entertainment.
They had entertainment everywhere, though. They have a full-blown casino. A lot of these places had some kind of entertainment.
We ended up at Bubbles Up area. That bar closed pretty early, but we sat down there and drank some of our drink.
We were gonna check out the dance club because the dance club here looks awesome.
The hot club.
Small, but looks really cool. I can't wait to go in there and check that out. And since Cora's old enough, we don't have the little one running around on this cruise. We can take her.
I think we called it a night after that.
You know, we were tired. We were like, man, I think we should go to bed.
Came back.
I'm liking this. I'm liking it so far. One thing I like about having the fridge in the room is, you know, you can save your beer. You know, you get the bucket of beer, then you can put your beers in your fridge for tomorrow. Then you have beer when you want to open one up in your room. When your wife and your daughter take forever to get around because they're trying to look pretty for sea scrubs, and you know, you just want to drink a beer, maybe 2 beers, depends on how long it takes them. So I like to put my beers in my fridge so I have my extra beers. So tonight I'm putting my beer in the fridge, save it for tomorrow. I couldn't finish it tonight. I'll finish it in the morning. We do cruise videos and all-inclusives with Brandy and I and the family. We don't always bring them, but we've been bringing at least one of them here recently.
He'll be there for me tomorrow. Port Key West.
Just subscribe now, because if you made it through this video, you're gonna love the rest of our content. We'll see you on day 2 on the Margaritaville at Sea Islander. We'll see you in the next one.